King Kong took him back to his home. He went straight to the edge of the balcony and sat down slowly and walked slowly to King Kong, but he didn't even look at her, just like a sulky boyfriend, and smiled mischievously and leaned forward to look at him. But the Skull Island monster just ignored her and thought about how to cheer up this big guy. She picked up a small stone and performed a juggling act in front of him. King Kong glanced casually at Anne. She turned to see his reaction, but his gaze was fixed on the distance and tried to make him smile by showing off her skills. But King Kong still remained unresponsive and followed his gaze to the distance,
It's beautiful.
only to realize that the sun was setting. The sunset bathed the whole world in golden light. Anne and King Kong both took on a golden glow and looked at King Kong with tender eyes. And finally, his heart melted under her gaze. He reached out a huge hand, and sat on it. The two of them sat side by side, hand in hand, watching the sunset, until Anne fell asleep in his arms. He gently stroked her body, afraid to wake her up with any sudden movements, though he was also exhausted. Jack finally found King Kong's home, careful not to disturb the bats sleeping in the cave. He tiptoed past them and climbed up to King Kong's balcony along the steep cliff. He finally saw the sleeping King Kong approaching quietly. He saw Anne sleeping in King Kong's arms and opened her eyes in disbelief at what she saw. Looking at the man who deeply loved her, she hesitated and reached out her hand to Jack. Seeing their hands slowly intertwining, King Kong opened his eyes and was enraged by the scene before him. Enraged that this man was trying to take his woman while he slept. The Skull Island monster was not one to be trifled with. His roar woke the sleeping bat colony. The bats scattered, hindering King Kong's movement. Enraged even more, he vowed to deal with this man. He directed his anger at the bats. The bats, smelling blood, became even more frantic and threw themselves at King Kong. Taking advantage of the chaos, Jack approached Anne, held her tightly,
And it's okay. And let's go.
and then grabbed Anne's hand and fled. King Kong was busy fighting off the bats, and as they were about to make their final exit, Anne hesitated, but finally crawled onto Jack's back and slowly climbed down the vines. King Kong finally dispersed the bats, grabbed the vines and pulled the two back up, just as they were about to be pulled up to the cliff's edge.